This is hydrogen tap. Funny thing happened. I went to install the focus cell into the Honda and suddenly realized that all the focus cells I had were sold. So I'm putting one together for the Honda, and you can see that's the battery on top. Since the cell, I glue the tube I glued to the bottom half. Anyway, that's what's slowing me up right now. You can see the parts, some of the parts on the side. Hopefully this will be done today. I'll have the cell finished today, and it'll be in either late this afternoon or tomorrow. I'll be installing it. Other thing that I'm doing, or did, for careful consideration, a lot of hindsight, hopefully, I took this out of the Honda, which is where it's in the front, where the engine is. The air filter fits onto this, and after talking to a lot of techs, evidently it doesn't do anything but maybe muffle some of the sound. And I've been using the Honda without any sound effects at all. The other thing I'm doing, or did, is I cut off, I shouldn't say that, but I did. I cut it off. This went on the air filter, and this went to that box you just saw. And you can see the fit. What I did is I glued the two, I cut off the very end piece here, and I glued it back on to the piece that goes over the filter. It's drying right now, and hopefully that won't make too much sound. This hole you see here is where I put one of my ports from the hydrogen system. The other port, if you've been watching the videos, is right there before the air filter. So there is progress here, and I'm making room right now, and I'll show you that. So in case you're wondering what that noise in the background is, that's my fan. You get an idea of the size of it here. That's the fan that's in the shop. The focus cell and the other cells I'm using put out so much hydrogen and oxygen that without a fan you're in deep trouble. So I've got that here, and I want to caution you when you're working with hydrogen, please be careful. Definitely breathing hydrogen in or any foreign substance is not good for you. While I'm on this subject, someone brought up the fact of safety. I will tell you what I use here in the shop, and you should use nothing less. And one of the things is this safety mask, which you put over your face to breathe through, and that's when you're cutting plastic or anything else. If you don't use that, you're really begging for trouble. The other thing I use are these safety goggles, and to protect your eyes. If you don't use them, you're asking for trouble. I'm trying not to be too nasty about it, but if you don't use this equipment, you're going to you're going to be in bad shape. And one more piece that I use in the shop when I'm cutting something, of course, I know no one's going to wear them but me, but this keeps the scent. When you're cutting steel, if you don't wear this, you're going to really be in trouble. Eventually, how's that? These are not too expensive. They keep the sound out. You still hear something, but it's going to save your hearing, believe me. There's my Honda without the air, the top to the air filter, and you can see the amount of space that's in there. So I've got this whole piece in here now that was covered by that big heavy box. So I took that out, and that's going to carry another piece, which I kind of showed you in the last videos. What I'm getting ready to do is put in a couple of more pieces to go with this. And there's the spot where I'm getting ready to hook the cell into, and you can see all my fittings are there since I took them out. The Honda, I found the O2 sensor. There's two of them here. I've gotten a lot of email asking me about whether I'm going to put anything on them or not. The answer is yes, mostly for tests. I don't know whether they're going to work or not, or whether they do anything for us or not, but we'll find out, because I'm getting ready to buy some equipment to change and vary those O2 sensors. It took me a while to find the sensor because I'm not a mechanic, but once I did, they're kind of right in your face. There's one of them right there. I'm getting ready to, they just sent me an inspection notice. I'm going to have to get a smog control inspection. It couldn't have been a worse timing for me, but we'll see what happens. I've got a lot of extras, you might say, on this car. I'm hoping that I won't have any trouble. There's a view from the house, and there you go. Hydrogen, anyway. I'm probably one of the few that boldly displays that on the side of the car. I've received a number of email, including one just today, about using the fuel pump to pump water through the system, and using the fuel filter to filter out the garbage that's in the water. Today the number of people that have emailed me that is now about 25. I don't usually advertise that system because at this point I haven't tested it out, but I will pass it along. I have been fooling around with lawnmower fuel filters, and been talking to the people about the gas pumps, the little gas pumps that you put in line, or gas pumps, and they're called fuel pumps, sorry. I just don't know yet what they're going to, or how they're going to react to the lye that's in the water. So until I test that out, I really didn't want to pass it on. But it is a neat idea for those of you who want to test it out. But remember this: we don't know what that lye or whatever it is you're putting in there is going to do to those systems. At any rate, I thought I'd pass it on. To say that it was my idea, I would never do that, because someone sent me an email about a year ago, over a year ago, telling me they were looking into that, asking about it. It's a great idea if it works, meaning if it stays in the long term. I don't know that. I get a lot of email from gearheads that tell me yay or nay, but until I test it out, I really can't say that.